So I guess I missed the memo where all the groups who haven't dropped an album in over a decade decides 2016 is the year of the comeback. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. We're going to be talking about the brand new album that just fucking dropped from a legendary crew that's been around for at least over 2 decades, and they've been silent. They've been doing shit solo dolo, but it's been a hot minute since we've got a full-length group project. But now these niggas have come together once again like Voltron to give us some new shit. These niggas are back. They dropped their new shit. They just signed to Rock Nation. Everybody's signing to Rock Nation. Maybe I should. I don't fucking know. It seems like the place to be right now. Talking about the new album from The LOX entitled Filthy America, It's Beautiful. Now, for those who don't know, The LOX is a legendary trio consisted of Jadakiss, Styles P, and Sheek Louch, 3 rappers who are legends in the New York scene and just the hip-hop scene in general. They've all had successful solo careers, but together they've always started off and has always been known as The LOX. They were with Bad Boy, Rough Riders. They went out and did their own thing with D-Block, and now they've signed with Rock Nation to give us their 3rd official album and the follow-up to 2000's We Are the Streets. So now let's see if after all this time The LOX gave us a hot one, or if they just stayed away, separate, doing their own shit. I mean, they dropped some couple EPs here and there, but they came back with a full-fledged album, so let's just see what they got going. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and I tuned into the production, I quickly realized that the LOX have came with sort of a mixed bag of production, but for the most part, they kind of stuck to what they're known for. The LOX are best at when they do what they do best, which is street rap, their classic New York street rap. And on here, they give you that, but some of the production here as well, they give you a little bit of variation here and there. Some beats on here I don't care too much for. Some of them I feel are out of the LOX's element. And like, I mean, there's certain tracks and certain things that, you know, you just don't want to hear the LOX on. There's certain things that you do want to hear the LOX on. The LOX is that group where you just want to hear them do that crazy street shit that they're known and loved for. And on this album, they give you that, like I said, but then they try to go out the box a little bit here and there, and sometimes it just doesn't play off that well. But the production on here, for the most part, is pretty damn good. They got some good producers on here. Let me show you. They got some legends and some motherfuckers I ain't never heard of, but we got them right here. So they got Butter and Grand, fuck that, Dazel the Machine, all right, V-Don, Jimmy Dukes, Smiley's People, who the fuck is Smiley? Fuck Path Bundy, all right, Dame Grease, okay, Pete Rock, all right, DJ Premier, okay now, and I Trez, all right. So yeah, that's all they got on here, and the majority of those motherfuckers I've never heard of, but of course, like cats like Primo, Dame Grease, Path Bundy, you know, those motherfuckers, of course I know, and they bring some really quality, classic New York sound and beats for the LOX. And then you got some cats who just come and bring some different shit, and then I just don't know about it, y'all. I just don't know about it. Some things are hits, some things are missed. There's actually only 12 tracks on here. Well, there's 10 songs on here because there's 2 skits, and out of the 10 songs, I gotta say, I really enjoyed probably like 5 of the beats, and then like 3 of them were like meh, and then 2 of them I absolutely just did not like or care for at all. So it was, like I said, a mixed bag on the production, but for the most part, the LOX did what they did best, and they brought the bars, but I just think some things didn't really just fit with them on the production tip. But when they did shine out, those tracks were fucking crazy. Now let's talk about the goddamn LOX and see what they did on these tracks, which are some great, some okay, and some just, goddamn it, why are they on there? What were they doing there? I don't fucking know. Let's talk about it. Now, when it comes to the LOX, I am a huge fan of all the members. I gotta rank them, and it's gotta be Styles P, Jadakiss, Sheek Louch, but I've been a fan of all their work. They're crazy lyricists. They've all made great songs, have had great impacts on the game, and when they're together, they usually come out with some great fucking work. They got classic tracks under their belt as well, but when it comes to Filthy America, It's Beautiful. I just find that on here, it seems like they're kind of just phoning it in at times. I mean, I don't hear as much of the hunger. I do gotta say, I found Sheek Louch being the more hungrier member of the LOX on this entire album. He seems the more energetic or energized. I feel like Jada and Styles are a little bit more reserved compared to how they have been and how they were been in the past with their music and with their rhymes and whatnot. Not saying that they're not bringing anything great. They're all bringing in solid and quality verses. They always do. But I gotta say, out of all the members on here, I feel like Sheek Louch shined out more than anybody, surprisingly, because Sheek Louch usually gets the short end of the stick when it comes to the members of the LOX as far as like popularity or just giving them props and whatnot. So it was good to hear Sheek Louch on here bringing his A game because I really like what he did on this album. And for the most part, I really like what the Lox did on this fucking album on the songs that they really sounded good on. I mean, there's songs that are just classic Lox vibe that really just clicked and sounded great. And then there are some where it just didn't work because I just didn't like the direction that the Lox were going. And I just feel like the Lox is a group where they gotta stay in their lane. I know they want to expand and do new things, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way and it kind of pulls back from the quality of the album. And the fact that the album is only 12 tracks long, 10 songs in general, you don't have that much room for error. And I think after being away for so long, they should have just gave us 10 crazy songs, crazy bangers, or at least 10 songs with a little bit more depth, and they didn't have to go outside the box and try to fit in with what's going on right now or anything similar to that. They should have stuck to what they know and gave us what we love about the Lox. And I think that we would have got a lot more better tracks on here. And when it comes to the features on this album, there's not many features on here, and some of them, I gotta say, are a little questionable, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the Lox right now, but I mean, apparently they wanted these niggas, so shit. But it's Fetty Wap, Dice Payne, Mobb Deep, all right, Gucci Mane, and Infrared. And that's it. That's all the features. And like, you know, I got no problem with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane does what he does. And you know, he actually came through with a solid verse on his track, but I didn't care for the track at all because it just wasn't the Lox. Same thing with Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap makes some catchy hooks and stuff from time to time, I'll admit that. But at the same time, on here, he didn't sound that great on here, and he didn't meld well with the Lox as well. And then you got tracks with Mobb Deep that came out really good because they just have that same vibe and they just have that same appeal, and it just works out better when they work with cats like that. But it's just like the features on here are just like the beats. It's a mixed bag. Like some of them really work out and some of them I just don't care too much for. And it's just that overall theme with this album is sort of like it's not enough content in here for it to be so much little to pick out of it. So it's like it's only like 10 songs, and out of half of those songs I only like. So it's like I like 50% of this album, and the other 50% is just mad to me, which I really don't want to get out of a Lox album. But the stuff that is good is really fucking good. It's like classic dope ass Lox shit, crazy beats, crazy bars. The chemistry is there. But then when they try to do other stuff or go outside the box or just make a song that's just not up to their standards or up to their level, it really does show, and that's what pulls down the album. But for the most part, it's just like, and the fact that it is an album that they came out with after 16 years of being off. I know they had their EPs in 2013 and 14, I believe, the Trinities, which were all cool, but this is your official full-length album, and then you got it on Rock Nation, and you're supposed to have this big rollout. I was expecting more. I had more expectations, and they just didn't live up to it for me overall. Now, you know I gotta give you my top 5 tracks, and honestly, y'all, these are the only 5 songs that I can say without question that I liked out the gate and still enjoy. So let me give y'all these 5 songs because the other 5 were just So it's What Else You Need to Know, Move Forward, Don't You Cry, Hard Life, and Filthy America. And that's it. And then the rest of the songs, like I said, are just mad to just, I don't even need them in my life. So let's go back to the top. So What Else You Need to Know is one of the singles. I think it's one of the first singles that came out. And this is what really got me excited about this album because it's a hard-hitting beat, crazy just head nodding joint, just classic Lox sound, and the Lox are going in with crazy flows and crazy bars, but it's also talking about if they're answering all the questions that everybody wanted to know about the Lox, like, you know, all the rumors and the things about having been gone so long, and are they still cool with like Puff, and why like Sheek Louch wasn't on the J-Lo song, and what happened with Styles P when he was in Detroit, a whole bunch of just crazy situations and scenarios that came up over the years. They answer these questions in the song, and it's really damn dope. They all kind of plead their case and just tell their sides of the story for everything, and I just like the whole vibe of it, and it really got me, like I said, excited to hear this album, and it's a dope fucking song, probably one of the strongest songs on the entire album. So definitely check that shit out. It's the 3rd song on the album, so it's the 3rd track, 2nd song, but 3rd track, and it's just a really just dope high energy joint. So definitely check that shit out. It's a crazy one. The next song is Move Forward. This one's produced by DJ Premier, and do I have to say more? It's DJ Premier and the Lox. Classic Premier beat going on with the cuts and whatnot, and the Lox are all coming in with just crazy bars and crazy flows, and that's pretty much what it is. This is like that pure, just grade A New York hip hop. Great song, great vibe, great feel, head nodding joint. I got nothing more to say about it. It's just, it is what it is. It's like nothing's flashy or spectacular about it. It's just a dope beat, dope rhymes, and just sounds good with Jadakiss, Styles, and Sheek. They're just going in, doing their damn thing. Love the track. Gotta check that shit out. You better move forward. Don't move backward. Keep listening to this shit. And of course, with Primo on the track, you know it's gonna be good. Check it out. The next song is Don't You Cry, and this is, I think, the second single off of it, and I really enjoy this track a lot. I actually like Sheik Luch on here. He opens it up and he does it in such a dope way, and I like it so, please girl, don't you cry. I love that, like that little Jamaican accent he does on it. It's fucking dope, and he really kills the hook on here. He really is the shining moment on this entire track for me personally. But Jaden and Styles also come in with some crazy fucking verses of their own, and it's just like really just a dope another track. There's just that dope banger that you get from the Lox, and it feels good. And like I said, I see why they picked these tracks as the singles, because these is another strong song out of the entire album. And the beat on here, I think it's done by Pat Bundy. He comes through with some hard-hitting drums, some crazy bass line. I love like doo-doo, doo-doo. That bass line is fucking sick. And everything on here just fucking fits well. It just sounds like a crazy dope track. And like, it's the song is so damn beautiful, you might want to cry because it's so damn dope. It's like, I mean, he didn't say, please girl, don't you cry. He didn't say nothing about Granddad crying because it's beautiful, goddamn it. This is the beautiful part of the album to me. So definitely check that shit out. It's a hot one. The next song is Hard Life, and this features Mobb Deep, and this is like the posse cut of the album. It's really dope. It's produced by Dame Grease. Another hard-hitting classic New York sounding beat. It's got Prodigy on the hook doing his damn thing. I mean, and everybody gets a verse. Havoc's got a verse, Prodigy's got a verse, and all the Lox's got a verse. They're all coming in. It's like a 5-minute long song, but it's just really, really fucking enjoyable. It's good to hear the Lox and Mobb Deep together on the same track because it's just a dope situation. And I mean, it's just like the Primo track. It's just a dope, crazy hip-hop track that you have to check out. And fuck, it's Mobb Deep and it's fucking Lox. Like, what? Come on. Seriously. Like, bars all goddamn day. So check out that shit. It's fucking hot. And the last track is Filthy America, and I really like this song. It's got a real laid-back, chill beat with some like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's like some like atmospheric type sounds and shit. It's like a synth, like an atmospheric type of synth. It's really cool though. It sounds really fucking dope. It's a Pete Rock beat actually, and I like the content on this song. Actually, all three members of the Lox are pretty much like they're up for like they're being up for a certain case, or they're in court and they're about to be sentenced by the judge. So they kind of plead their case, but at the end of the situation, all these niggas end up with life or death penalty. They all get fucked up. The whole Lox gets jacked up at the end of the situation. It's not good for anybody, but they pretty much just plead their case and show how filthy America is, and they just put a spotlight on the bad things about America that happens to black people, and just how it's just we're treated unfairly, and they just pretty much shine a light on that. So it's a dope track. I wish we had more tracks like that on this album. It's like the only track that where that's at for the most part that's prominent. So if we had more stuff like that rather than the other tracks on here that I didn't care too much for, I think this album would have came off a little bit better. And with the album being called Filthy America, it's beautiful. I thought we would have got more of a concept of that, but it seems like that's the only track that we got from that. So it is a dope track, and I really wish we'd have got some more of that, but at least check that shit out because it's a hot one. And that's my top 5, y'all. And for the most part, like I said, those 5 songs are my favorites on here and the really shining moments of this album. And you got other tracks on here like The Family and Savior, which are just okay. And then you got tracks like Secure the Bag and The Agreement, which are just awful to me. I just do not like the vibe of it. It's just the Lox trying too hard to fit into other styles. I don't like the beat on there. I don't like how they sound on there. And I just don't like the content of it in general. And then the skits on here, where there's one skit called Dumb Questions or Stupid Questions, and it just doesn't feel like it's supposed to be there. It feels like I would have rather got a song. It's the second track, and it's like leading into what else you need to know. And I remember the days when the Lox used to have really crazy skits, like back in the Jay Jerkin days with Jadakiss albums and Styles' skits on, you know, Gangsta and Gentleman, when they were doing the crazy dope skits. But now I feel like this skit here just does not need to be there. They could have just went straight to the song or gave me another banger, another dope song in replacement of that. And at the end of the track, they had the Bag Allegiance, which is like a 20-second track. They could have stuck that on the beginning or the end of another track and then gave us another track too. So I feel like we got kind of cut short with those skits, and they just didn't seem like any fucking point to have them there, and it seemed kind of useless to me. That's me personally. But for the most part, this Lox album I find a bit disappointing to me. There are some great songs here, but I expected so much more, especially with the singles they dropped. And I was just hoping for some hard-hitting bangers from top to bottom and some good content. But instead, I just got some really good bangers, some mess songs, and just some songs that I just think the Lox had no business doing, and it just kind of weighed it down. And the fact that it's not even that long or that many songs, they had little room for error, and it was just too many for me to really, really love this album, which I really wish I would have. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that the Lox Filthy America is beautiful. It's a mixed bag of songs that are really good to meh to not good at all. All I'm saying is that There are some tracks on here that we get that classic Lox vibe and feel, crazy production, crazy bars, crazy verses, everything like that just sounds really good and it's what we want from the Lox. And then you get songs that are just okay, it's a passable or just forgettable, and then you got songs that are just not good at all. But they all did come through with some quality work and quality verses. I just wish we would have got some better production, some better songs overall, and just a better presentation for an album that is a follow-up from 16 years ago, which I think they should have just capitalized like De La did and Tribe did with their comeback albums. I feel like the Lox had the ability to do that as well. I just wish they would have probably spent some more time or some more detail on it, and they probably would have gave us a way better album than what we got. So all I gotta say is that for me, the Lox, Filthy America, it's beautiful. It's not Granddad approved, but I will give it a Granddad recommended. So go check it out. It's out right now. Support these dudes because they are legends in the game. It hurts my heart to say these things about them because I really, really do love the Lox, all the members and the group itself. And I was a big fan of this album coming out because I was really hyped to see what they were going to do after all this time. And I just got a little let down. Don't hate me, Lox. Don't try to fucking kill me. I'm sorry. I'm a fan. I got to be real with y'all though. It's constructive criticism. I'm not hating on y'all. I still love y'all. We still cool. Right? I hope so. So I got nothing more to say. The Lox, Filthy America, it's beautiful. It's Granddad recommended, so go check out the shit. But don't expect much out of it because, like, you know, it ain't much there to expect, but it is some good shit there. Flip it. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of the Lox, Filthy America. It's beautiful if you've heard it. If you haven't heard it, like I said, it's out right now. Check it out. It is some really dope songs on here, and then some songs that aren't that great. But, I mean, you know, you get what you get. I mean, to pick out the good shit, leave out the bad shit. That's all I can tell you. But for an album that was, I guess, 16 years in the making, or we haven't gotten a Lox album in 16 years, I was expecting more. Didn't get what I expected. But, I mean, hopefully, you know, this new deal and this new everything will give us another Lox album, and they can give us something next time that's going to be even better and more quality. At least I fucking hope. Previous videos on the side as well as my latest single. Check that out. Show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen. Button below. Woolly Reviews twice a week, as well as CD case studies in the gaming channel. Check that shit out. And if you're into anything and want your shit spotlighted, info below. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, the Lox, Filthy America, it's beautiful. The album's not beautiful though, y'all. I mean, it's good in some parts, but some parts I just don't. It's filthy. It's filthy and something. Is that what y'all was trying to get at? Y'all trying to say? I see now, but that's not good. I'm out of here.